What's up and welcome to the Sixers Breakroom. Last night, Kevin Durant went absolutely nuclear for 55 points, and he proved exactly why everybody is horrified to play the Brooklyn Nets in the first round, despite the fact that they're 40-38, and despite the fact that they're really not that great of a team. On any given night, Kevin Durant can give you 50, Kyrie can give you 50, and last night, Kevin Durant proved that. But as is kind of the conundrum with the Nets, even in a 55-point effort, the Brooklyn Nets still lose, right? But everybody's still afraid to play the Brooklyn Nets. I feel like, the Brooklyn Nets are not a great team. I feel like they're very, very beatable, but I understand that you are concerned about having to go against Kevin Durant and Kyrie, and we know how special they are. So in this video, I wanted to break down how Kevin Durant got his 55 and kind of talk about why the Brooklyn Nets are dangerous and why they're still, despite being dangerous, super overrated. So let's take a look at how Kevin Durant got his 55. So in this first clip here, you're going to see Kyrie Irving just getting downhill, little drive and kick, and Kevin Durant 7 feet tall. We know he can do this, right? Kevin Durant, you can't leave him open. He's going to bang shots on you left and right. Here's another example here, right? Like you're going to see a little pick and roll action, little two-man game. And if you don't step up, like right now, Kevin Huter, is that how you say his last name? He's got to be up. Like Kevin Durant is a sniper. Kevin Durant he has in the gym range. Like as soon as he steps in the gym, he can hit that shot. And yet you have him playing 4, 5, 6 feet off. Like that's a layup. This is a layup for Kevin Durant. If you're late, he's going to bang that shot on you, especially when he's feeling it. Here we go again, right? Here we go again. We get the two-man game with Andre Drummond. It's very simple basketball here. I'm going to set a screen. Why is the big, who is this, Clint Capella, why is he so far off? Like you have to be hard hedging Kevin Durant, meaning the big has to be up right here. He needs to be up in Kevin Durant's space, forcing him to give up the ball, but he's not, and bang. Now, one thing that you do like to see from Kevin Durant, and once again, this is just going to be simple. You got Patty Mills sprinting up. He's going to be setting his screen right here, and you're going to see Kevin Durant comes off of this. And despite the fact that he's hit a couple of threes, he's not going to settle, right? He's not going to settle for a jump shot. He's going to see the lane, and he's going to get to the basket. Trae Young, once again, this is Kevin Durant we're talking about. It doesn't matter who is guarding the screener. You need to be up in this space, right? Like, you need to get this hard hedge here. You got to trust your help behind you, and you have to make Kevin Durant give up the ball. You got to let somebody else beat you, especially in this lineup. Kyrie Irving is not on the floor. If I'm the Hawks, I am hard hedging this, and I'm making Kevin Durant give up the basketball. But they don't. He doesn't. He gets right downhill, and you see, once again, these are layups. The Hawks weren't making it very hard on Kevin Durant. This is the first clip here where we're going to actually see some good defense. Once again, just high screen. He gives a little go screen. He's going to fade off like that. Kevin Durant, anytime Kevin Durant is guarded one-on-one, it's a mismatch. And this time you actually get pretty good defense, but Kevin Durant 7 feet tall. Look at this. You got two guys contesting this jump shot, but Kevin Durant 7 feet and a high release. His release point is probably about 8 feet in the air. You're not going to block his shot, and that's just a tough basket right there. That's tough. Now, one of the reasons why I don't think the Brooklyn Nets are as dangerous as some other people think is because they have to work kind of hard to get their baskets. What I mean by that is, like, I know I've been saying, like, this is bad defense, this is a layup for Kevin Durant, but the point is Kevin Durant is still having to work one-on-one or at most in pick and roll to get those shots. They don't run a lot of actions. They don't generate a lot of easy looks for their guys. This is the 5th or 6th clip that we're looking at, and it's the first one where we actually get some kind of semblance of an offense here, right? Kyrie Irving's going to get the ball at the top. You're going to see you get this little pin down screen to open up Kevin Durant, and it's the first time that we see any kind of off-ball action to get one of their guys open for the ball, right? He decides to take the screen inside. He's just going based off of how he's being played defensively, and he's going to get the ball in the paint. Nice little turnaround elbow jump shot. But you see there, no dribbles to get that shot, right? Every other shot is dribble. Like, they're working to get these baskets, whereas that was the first time we actually saw some kind of offensive set to generate Kevin Durant an easier look. Take a look at this clip here in transition. Let's see. There's never resistance. He's just, he might as well have just walked. He might as well just walked right into that three-point shot, right? Like, if you're playing the Brooklyn Nets and you see Kevin Durant or Kyrie Irving, you got to be stopping the ball right here. As soon as you cross half court, you need a defender here. Why? Because once he gets within 35 feet like this is a open shot for Kevin Durant, right? So you need to be stopping the ball. Nobody stops the ball. He gets all the way to the 3-point line, still no resistance. This is not a contested shot for Kevin Durant. He doesn't even see that defender. This is a weird camera angle here, but again, this is only the second time we see an actual set generating some offense for Kevin Durant. You're going to get a screen here, a little Chicago action, right? A little Chicago action where you're going to get an off-ball screen. Kevin Durant is going to come off of this screen into a handoff, which causes a double screen, right? So he's going to get this off-ball screen here, and then as he comes off, he gets a handoff, and then Claxton's going to be setting a second screen. You're forcing Kevin Durant's defender to fight through two screens, or you're forcing them to switch, which gives Kevin Durant a favorable matchup. So as you see here, you get the off-ball screen there. He's coming off the handoff. Clint Capella is not in proper help. It's hard to tell by this angle, but you can see from the angle of his feet, right? His feet are kind of shifted this way because he's still kind of in position to guard Claxton, whereas he should be in front of Kevin Durant, right? He should be in this elbow area right here, stopping Kevin Durant from turning the corner, but he's not. And because he's not, Kevin Durant's able to turn the corner. He's late on that help, and I get an easy jump shot. Here we have Kevin Durant just being special, right? This is going to be a great bucket by Kevin Durant, but this is the Nets, right? And this is why I'm not really overly concerned by the Nets. Like watching. Everybody's just watching Kevin Durant. And what that means is that this defender, none of these guys are having to work. None of these guys are worried about backdoors. None of these guys are worried about off-ball screens. Everybody's just watching Kevin Durant go be special. And he is special, so he's going to hit these shots. But again, you're not putting a lot of pressure on 5 defenders to work. Here's another example of just a great one-on-one offensive play. I actually like what the Atlanta Hawks did in this game. What the Atlanta Hawks are doing here is they're like, you know what? We're not going to send a double. A lot of people are like, you go double, make some, like, you know what I'm saying? I feel like what the Hawks did, they said, you know what? If Kevin Durant's going to score 50, fine. We're just not going to let the other guys beat us. And personally, that's how I would defend the Brooklyn Nets. That's how I would play the Brooklyn Nets. If Kevin Durant, you want to get 40? Fine, get 40. Kyrie, you going to get 42? Fine, you can get 42. But guess what? That's only 80 points. I'm not going to let the other 3 guys on the court get 35 or 40. That's what we're going to do. We're going to make sure you might get your 35, 40. You might get your 35 or 40. We're not going to let the other guys get their 40, right? And you can see here, we're not sending the double. Like, we're going to lock up, and we know everybody else is just, once again, standing around, right? So incredible offensive display by Kevin Durant, but everybody else is just watching. They're just watching. Clint Capella slides over a little bit to help the drive because he knows he has help on the backside. Great shot by Kevin Durant. But again, there's nothing else going on in the offense. Everyone else is just watching. Yo, this shot here is just ridiculous. This shot here is absolutely absurd. Once again, you're going to get your high screen and roll. And once again, I'm not sure why you get your screen here. I mean, why is this help defender so far off? This defender should be way up here. But he's not, right? He's 10, 15 feet away from Kevin Durant. And look at this shot. This is outrageous. A runner from 3. Bang. Like, Kevin Durant he's one of the most talented scorers of all time. Like, I'm not breaking any news there, but it's outrageous. Now, this play here is actually a really well contested shot, but it's actually where I think the Brooklyn Nets are better. Right, like this is where they're dangerous. You're going to get a ball screen for Kyrie Irving, who's going to get downhill on this ball screen. And what happens is, once Kyrie Irving is driving to the basket, look at all the attention that he draws, right? Obviously, the man who's guarding the screener and the guy who was guarding Kyrie are involved. But now you get Danilo Gallinari looking. You get Huter looking in here. You got Trae Young looking in. He's drawn so much attention. And that allows, and you can even see Kyrie Irving is looking right here, right? He's looking at the help. He's reading the help. What are they doing? And that allows him to make this skip pass all the way to the corner. And this is a tough shot, but it's actually where I think the Brooklyn Nets are more deadly because they have guys that can break you down off the dribble. They suck in so much help defense that they're able to kick out and facilitate and make guys defend. In that situation, on that possession, Kyrie Irving forced 3 or 4 guys to defend. It wasn't just throwing the ball to Kevin Durant in the mid post and everybody watching. Kevin Durant, one of the things that makes the best scorers so special is that they get to their spots. Watch Kevin Durant use this high screen and roll here, right? And then he already knows, we know Kevin Durant's spot. Like Kevin Durant's spot is the elbow. He could pull up from 3, but man, he loves getting to that elbow pull up. And he just finds a way to get there. I'm going to bring you down. Whoop, stop on a dime, pull up over you tough. But once again, that's great individual effort. The other guys on defense didn't really have to do much, and the other guys on the offense aren't really involved. Let's take a look at this sideline out of bounds here, because this is actually a play I think I might steal. I really like this. This is the first time in about 2 or 3 games watching the Brooklyn Nets that they ran something that I actually really like. You're going to get this little fake action here where you get this down screen for Patty Mills to pop up, but Patty Mills is never really getting the ball here. The play is for Kevin Durant. So after the big sets that screen for Patty Mills, and Patty Mills is in this area, he's actually then going to screen for Kevin Durant, and then Patty Mills is going to screen for Kevin Durant, and you kind of get this stagger screen for Kevin Durant to come off and get a look. I think it's a really well thought out play, and I like it a lot. So you get that screen, and then he turns around for that double screen. Kevin Durant curls it, gets to the basket, tough finish. I like that play a lot. So as you can see, I mean, this wasn't like a breakdown of every single play of Kevin Durant's, but I feel like it kind of encapsulates the Brooklyn Nets in a nutshell, right? Like Kevin Durant is absolutely special. Kevin Durant can get you 50 on any given night. But we see here, he gets 55 and they still lose to the Atlanta Hawks, who's not one of the best teams in the East. If we're taking a look at the box score here, I mean, Kevin Durant 55, even Kyrie 31, but it took him 32 shots to do it. But look at everybody else, 9, 8, 5, 4, 3. So you get a combined 86 points from Kevin Durant, and then you get what, 17, 20, you get 29 from the other guys. I think that's the formula to beat the Brooklyn Nets. You guys can get your 80 combined points. In this case, 86 combined points. We're just not going to let the other guys get 40. We're not going to let the other guys have a night where they combine for 50, because then you're in trouble. But the Brooklyn Nets just don't do enough offensively to get those kind of outputs from those guys consistently, in my opinion. I think everybody thought Kyrie coming back was going to be a quick fix for this team. And I think that we see they don't run a lot of stuff. It's a lot of Kevin Durant and Kyrie go be superheroes, and they can do that, but I don't think they're going to be able to do it consistently enough. We just saw from these clips, Kevin Durant is absolutely special. He went nuclear last night. His ability to get to his spots, to get to that elbow jump shot, to work in the mid post, coming off of high screens and pulling up from 25 feet, 30 feet. I mean, the guy is special. But again, that's the two sides of the coin. With the Brooklyn Nets, on one side, you got these guys who can go get 50. On the other side, they don't often have the other guys involved in the offense, and it allows the defense to kind of just sink, collapse, help, and make it tough for the other guys to generate offense. What do you guys think of the Brooklyn Nets? I think this is who they are. I think that they're out of the playoffs by the second round. I think they're going to come up against a team who is able to just say, you know what? We're going to make it tough when you're 2 stars. We're going to force them to beat us. We're not going to let these other guys get theirs. And I think that they're going to have a tough time beating a Philadelphia 76ers, beating a Boston Celtics, beating a Miami Heat. Whoever they end up playing in the second round, I think they're going to have a really tough time with that if they make it that far. In the first round, if they draw the Milwaukee Bucks, I think they're out in the first round. What do you guys think? Sound off in the comment section below. If you like the video, don't forget to like the video. Of course, subscribe to the channel. And I haven't been saying this much, but follow me on Twitter, man. Follow me on Twitter. That link is in the description below. And I'll see you guys on the next video. Peace.